I'm just going to show you how to paint the terrain. How can you create different textures and paint it so that it looks really good, so it's not just this black and white, and it gives it some real a sense of being in a world. So if you look at these tutorials that I linked down below, and we're looking at number one, there's a PDF and there's a Word doc. You can see that I've put a link in here that I'll also link down below in the timestamps. And if you click on that link, it will take you to the asset store. I don't know why mine was in Chinese. I can't work it out. The first thing you should always have done when you created a Unity project is you need to create an account. And you must be logged into your Unity account, which I am here. And then you must be logged into the website. And then you can search for different assets. So the asset store is a fantastic free tool that you can use to, or search engine, a catalogue of 3D models of, let's just have a look at it, of 3D models of animated characters, anything you want that you need to make your game. It's also got like maybe useful physics things or whatever you want. Everyone has kind of come together. There are big companies that it's their whole business, this asset store, and they build stuff for these to sell to game developers and game studios so that they can make fantastic games. When you're searching, you might want to put the free option on. So there should be some filters when you're searching. So say I was going to search that for texture map like this. Down the right hand side, I've got a list of different things I can look for, 2D, 3D, whatever. I've got a price range, so I can say how much I want to pay. But if I click free resources, which is probably what you want, then it's going to give you all the free things that you need. So you don't have to pay for these packs. There is a lot of stuff in here that people just give away. And one of the things that they give away is this terrain sample asset pack, which is built by Unity, I believe. So if you want something, you click on the add to Unity, then we'll open up that package in Unity, and then it opens up something called a package manager. This package manager manages all the things that you need to import into it. For example, this terrain sample asset pack. Now, I think I've already downloaded mine, but when you first open this up in here, it won't be downloaded. So all I need to do is click import, and it's going to import that package into Unity, and then I'm going to be able to create textures out of it so I can paint the grass and paint the mountains. So let's just see how that's getting along. I might just click import like this. Should be fairly quick. You can also see in the package manager there's all sorts of other things that you could import. I've been using Unity for a number of years now, so you can see I've got a whole load of things that I've downloaded and added, and it knows that I've got those because I'm logged into my account. So if there's anything you've ever used before in another game and you want to quickly access it, you can go to the package manager. So it will be Windows Package Manager, and if you're logged in with the same account, you'll find all the things that you've downloaded. But all I want today is just the terrain sample asset pack. So I click on the terrain in the hierarchy, and in Inspector, if I give it a second, it will load up, and I'm going to move myself in the middle. It will load up paint texture, and then I just looked further down, and I've got this thing called edit terrain layer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create like a layer, and I'm going to search for grass. If that has actually imported, I'm not sure if it's imported yet. But once it has imported, you should be able to find that asset. Let's go back to Package Manager and just double check that. So Window, Package Manager, Terrain Sample Asset Pack. I think it's still loading. Yeah, it looked like it just finished. I'll just click Import again. And then it loads again. nothing to import, so I've definitely imported it. I should be able to see in my assets folder the terrain tools now. Yeah, so here we are. So now if I go back to terrain, move this over here, I click on the paint tool again and I choose paint texture from the drop down. I click on edit terrain layers, I create the layer. Now if I search for grass, okay, so let me do it, add a layer. Right, okay, we select add layer, not create layer. And then it comes up with all the different things that I'm allowed to use as a layer. So I want, let's say, some moss, right? And it now painted the entire map with this moss texture. But if you get a bit closer up, you can see that it's sort of a patterned terrain layer, but that's only when you're really zoomed out, right? So when you're actually zoomed in, so when you're your game character and you're really close in, you won't notice the fact that it's all patterned, you know? But it will just look very real. And the whole thing is covered in moss now, which isn't quite what we want. So let's make another one. So let's add another layer. Let's add a rock layer. And now we've got two things. Also, while we're at it, let's add some more layers. Let's add some snow and a bit of scree as well. So that's like for the side of the mountain. And then what I can do is I can select any one of these and use them as a brush. So I'm gonna paint this mountain with quite a big brush, or I'm gonna paint. Click the hand, move it over here, and I'm gonna paint. Choose paint texture. I'm gonna choose rock. Scroll down, I'm going to make the brush a little bit bigger in the same way you can paint textures. Oh, that is going to cover everything. So now you see we've covered that whole area. Now that's not quite what I wanted, so I'm going to make the brush a little bit smaller and smaller again, 30. And now I'm just painting that mountain range with a nice rocky colour like that. Obviously, I'm just doing this very quickly. You can spend a lot longer on yours. Sun's in my face. And now let's put a bit of snow on top of the mountain. So again, we're going to make the brush smaller again. And we'll just put a little bit of snow on top of the very highest peaks. So you now have all the tools you need to make a fantastic terrain map. So go and have some fun, raise and lower the terrains, copy an image of something that you really like. For example, I put an image in the tutorial where I said right at the very end, I found this image of a rice paddy. Why not look at an image like that and try and see if you can copy the contours of the land and the different shelving, and then carefully paint in the grass. Also, have a look through the asset store. Maybe look for some other free packs. You don't have to buy anything, but if there's something you can afford and you want to pay for it, you're welcome to find that as well. That you might also want to add in flowers. So you can have a field of flowers, and there are many different packages for that. Again, filter for free. Still don't know why that's in Chinese. Like this one, grass flowers pack. And there's also ones for trees as well. So, for example, if I clicked on terrain and I go to this tool along here, I can edit trees. I can add a tree. I haven't actually got any trees in here, but you could find a package that has some trees that you could add. Be careful with trees though, because they use up a lot of processing power and it really slows down your game. So carefully place them. Don't just put a whole forest of things else. You'll find your game getting really laggy. So go and have some fun. Go and find some extra trees. Import them. Edit. Create brushes out of those trees. Also out of the flowers. Add different textures you like and make a beautiful looking terrain and have some fun.